brilliant of Queensland victories at the Carnival, and that's a good one for you, Tony. That's a big one. And Tino won the Newman Cup.
Good morning, guys. Welcome to episode 351 of the Final Gallop, proudly supported by the Brisbane Airport Hotels Group. We'll shortly preview our big team of runners for Eagle Farm on Saturday. As usual, joined here by Mr. Tony Gollan, our trainer here. Morning, Tony. A good start to the new season, landing a couple of winners last Saturday with Give Giggles, and Parade, and another 3 yesterday.
Yeah, good morning, Matty. Good morning, everyone out there. It was a good start to the new season. I thought Eagle Farm raced quite well, pretty well how we predicted. It was good to kick off with Parade. You know, a newcomer to the stable, well purchased by Aussie Bloodstock from the powerful Godolphin team. It's good to get him on the board straight away, and also good to kick off with 3 winners during the midweeks yesterday. So we've started the new season as we wanted, I'd say. We've started at a good speed and may it continue for the rest of the season.
Let's keep that momentum going. Now, a quick look ahead, Tony. We've got some of our stable stars heading down to Melbourne tomorrow night. They'll be based down in Melbourne for the Spring Carnival. How are they all looking heading down there?
Yeah, they're tracking along well, Matty. I think a few of you guys would have seen some footage of Antino going through his paces on Tuesday. He's really where he needs to be at this stage. Zarastro worked just before him on the course proper. He was great as well. So the team going down there, Golden Boom, we've seen him trial. He trialled at Deegan again on Tuesday. His first trial, he was a bit up and about. He's a little bit fresh. Didn't execute as well as I wanted. So I popped him around again on Tuesday. He was spot on. He's where he needs to be. Freedom Rally and Transatlantic round out the 5. So they all kick off at different dates. Golden Boom will be our first runner on the 23rd of August. Then after that, you'll see Zarastro and Antino kick off on the 30th. And then when we get to the Flemington part of the carnival on the 14th, you'll see Transatlantic and Freedom Rally. So busy month and starting into September for the team in Melbourne. But it's really exciting. It's good to get down there nice and early in the spring. We base at Cranbourne with Kieran Maher, and I know I am excited. Bailey Noda, trusty travelling man, heads off with them on Friday night, and hopefully it's a smooth trip.
Beautiful, exciting times ahead. And before we get into the preview, we'd just like to announce the winner of last week's promotion with the Brisbane Airport Hotels Group. The prize of a $200 voucher for the Crib Island Beach Club at the Ibis Brisbane Airport. Tony, who is the winner for this week?
John Bruce, congratulations, mate. Get the burger, it's outstanding. It's good food. Good food out there at the Crib Island, the beach club. It's a beauty.
Beautiful. So congratulations to John. A representative from the Brisbane Airport Hotels Group will be in touch with the prize voucher later on. So on to the preview of our Eagle Farm runners on Saturday. The rail's in the 5 metre position, out 2 metres further from last week. The track's currently a good 4. Possible showers between now and then, but hopefully mostly fine in the lead up, so it should be a good day's racing. We'll kick off with race 2, the class 3 plate over 1400 metres. We have Velozes there. We'll carry 55 kilos after Emily Lang's 1.5 kilo claim. She'll jump from barrier 8. Early odds with Ladbrokes is $8.50 to win and $2.15 for the place. She's improved with each run this prep, winning last start at this track and trip, and looks to find a nice race in these plate conditions.
Yeah, she does, but there's a couple others there find the plate conditions a little bit better than her, which is what we saw with Parade last week. You know, when they get in these plate races, these high-rated horses, they get in at the right weight. They're awfully hard to beat, and I think the favourite will probably be that. But she's going good. She's on a really good forward progression in the prep. What we've seen of her race day, she's starting to execute better and better each time. She's not perfect yet, but what I'm seeing at home is I see that race day improvement even more so in her track work. She's really starting to do things the way that we want. So I'm sure this weekend will be her best run for the preparation. However, we are up against a short price favourite that is in very, very well.
On to race 3, the benchmark 70 handicap over 1200 metres. We will have 3 runners here. First one we'll start with is Boomshot. He will carry 59 kilos with CJ Graham on board. We'll jump from barrier 3. Early odds of $10 for the win and $3 for the place. He was solid in his first up run in a slowly run race, which isn't ideal for these back markers, but he's been back to the trials since to keep him ticking along. And how do you think he will set up on Saturday?
Yeah, he sets up okay. I do see good enough sort of speed here, I think, in the race. So the low draw enables us hopefully to be midfield rather than right out the back. He also does like to find his feet a bit. CJ's had the advantage of riding him, which I think helps. He'll be certainly there to run on. I've got good respect for the favourite, Kieran Maher, stable here as well. It was a very good run, and I think a pretty good form race the other day. So it's the tough nut to crack for ours. But this bloke, he definitely sets up well for an each-way play.
Beautiful. Our second runner for the race is Pivotal Lad. We'll carry 59 kilos with Jag Guthman Chester on board. We'll jump from barrier 2, so a nice low draw there. Early odds with Ladbrokes are $10 to win and $3 for the place. He was strong last start into third, running on, hitting the line for third at Eagle Farm over 1,400 metres. Drops back to 1,200 metres here. We know he likes the nice big tracks here, and he's had 3 wins at this distance so far. Yeah,
and Jag knows him. Gets on well with the horse. I think it's always a positive. He's a bit like Boomshot, which I failed to mention. I think any rain about really helps this horse's chances, as it does Boomshot. I think a bit of give in the ground would really suit these two. So there is forecast low showers coming through on the weekend. If they do come, I think this horse's chances are enhanced.
Beautiful. And on to our third runner for the race, Try Everything. We'll carry 57.5 kilos with Emily Lang's 1.5 kilo claim. We'll jump from barrier 5, so again a nice low draw here. Early odds with Ladbrokes are $13 to win and $3.50 for the place. It's first up on Saturday with 3 wins last prep, so she had a really good preparation last time. She's really good in her recent jump out. Behind a runaway sprinter that we saw, Party for 2, which is nice and sharp. How do you think she's going to set up on Saturday?
Yeah, I think good. I think the blinkers going on a race day is a big key to what we've seen in jump outs and trials. She's much better with those on. She's a funny mare. She's changed her whole racing style over the period. She used to want to jump and get up there. Now she's just showing no early speed at all and running on, which I think suits her getting to 1,200, and it certainly suits her at Eagle Farm. With this 5-metre rail, they'll still come a smidgen off fence in the straight, so those run-on horses will get their chance. She'll be one of those. She'll be in the second half of the field. Em knows her well. She'll hit the line quite strongly. The only knock on her is that she does tend to want to build into her preparation.
On to race 4, the benchmark 78 handicap over 1,400 metres. We will have free carry here. We'll carry 57 kilos with Emily Lang's 1.5 kilo claim. Jumps from barrier 6. Early odds with Ladbrokes are $6.50 and $1.85 to place. He's first up on Saturday and did win first up last prep over a similar distance. He looked good in his 1,000-metre trial last week at Doomben. How do you think he's going to go around on Saturday?
Yeah, he's going great, this horse. He's got better and better each preparation, so he is going good. He can handle sort of wet or dry. There's no issues there track-wise. He races 4 to the speed. He's anywhere on pace. He doesn't have to lead. He's not a one-trick pony anymore. He was early doors. So I just think he's a nice improving horse. He has to improve, because obviously when he won first up last prep, he was in lower grade on Wednesdays. This time he's kicking off on a Saturday. But look, whatever he does, he's typical of a horse that will improve through his preparation. But I'm pleased where he's kicking off. I think he's a really good each-way play.
Beautiful. On to race 6 now. We have the 3-year-old handicap over 1,000 metres here. We've got 3 runners in this race. The first one we'll touch on is Impervious. She will carry 54 kilos after Emily Lang's 1.5 kilo claim. We'll jump from barrier 9. Early odds on Ladbrokes is $3.80 for the win and $1.65 to place. She won on debut as a 2-year-old last prep before running well into the placings in the Cutest Jewel Prelude. She's been sharp in her trials leading into this. How do you think she looks on Saturday?
She looks really well. Hats off to the Gold Coast team. They did a really good job getting her ready before she came up here to us, and she's improved a lot, this filly. She's a really tough little thing. The only negative on her is a sticky draw. She's so much better when she can just find that little bit of cover. There looks to be enough tempo here if we can just come out a little bit kind and possibly get into a 3-wide line with cover, if we can. Because once she switches off, she got that really good turn of foot. We saw that her last trial or jump out of whatever that was. When she switched down, she could really sprint quickly. I've got no doubt she can win. She's just a tricky enough ride from a tricky enough draw.
On to our second runner here, Boomshanka will carry 54.5 kilos with Ben Thompson on board. We'll jump from barrier 5. Early odds with Ladbrokes are $4.20 for the win and $1.70 for the place. She's second up into this preparation after running a game race first up and just tiring late. We'll certainly take plenty of benefit from that, and a slight drop in trip should help as well.
Yeah, I think so, and I think if we can just ride her with a little bit of cover, not as urgent early, will be a big plus to her. We had to gas her too much and she got pressured too early. She was a little bit plain late, but I've seen huge improvement in her in the last fortnight. So if you did follow in on her first up, I'd pay to forgive her out there, punters. I'd pay to forgive her and follow her again on Saturday. I think you'll see a big improvement out of her.
Beautiful. And then to round off our team in this race, we have Foreign Press. We'll carry 53.5 kilos with CJ Graham on board, sorry. Barrier 7, early odds with Ladbrokes are $11 and $3.20 to place. She won well first up a few weeks ago at Ipswich over the 800 metres, just getting the bob on the line. The way she charged through the line there suggests that the extra furlong shouldn't be a problem there.
1,000 will suit her much, much better. CJ knows her well. She's a quirky little filly, got her own little quirks, but I think she's going good. I don't think the price disparity should be that big between our 3 runners. Like, she's clearly the biggest price of the 3. I think she should be somewhat closer to the other 2. In saying that, I don't have her on top. I have Boomshanka on top. I think she's much improved from that first up run. I would have Impervious on if she drew the draw. I'm just worried about her from the barrier.
Yep.
So Boomshanka on top for me, only because I think she's going to obtain that perfect run.
Beautiful. On to race 7 now, the open handicap over 1,400 metres. We will have 2 runners here. First one we will touch on is Kronenbourg. We'll carry 58.5 kilos with Ryan Maloney in the saddle. We'll jump from barrier 2. Early odds with Ladbrokes are $8.50 to win and $2.60 to place. First up for this preparation, generally has a good fresh up record. Had a quiet trial last week and then a really nice course proper gallop with Antino on Tuesday.
Yeah, he's up to the mark. He's spot on this horse. His action looks great, doesn't it? He's in good nick and he's definitely ready to kick his prep off. I thought his trial was good. He was pleasing through the line. This race sets up well for him. He's reasonably lucky that Chrysora and that are in the race, because we'll just come down those couple of kilos in weight, which I think suits him. I think he's well enough placed to run really, really well here. I think he's changing his pattern a little bit too. He used to, at one stage there, he was also going to be midfield and run on. Then all of a sudden he was a leader. Yep. Now he's wanting to find his feet a little bit again. I think he's just a very much a mature, improved racehorse. And I see him racing really well. The only negative for him, he doesn't want wet ground. So much better on good ground.
Beautiful. Our second runner here is Amur. We'll carry 54 kilos with Ben Thompson on board. We'll jump from barrier 4. Early odds with Ladbrokes are $6 to win and $2.10 to place. Just a couple of lengths off than the last couple of preps. Just building into the preparation now. Fitter and should enjoy the bigger Eagle Farm track.
I think 54 is good for him too, isn't it? It's a lightweight. He's got a good draw. He should posse to a lovely position. Surprisingly how quick he's wanting to jump and get into the bridle, this horse. I think he's feeling pretty well. I think each run we've seen improvement. I think we'll see that again on Saturday. Definitely a knockout chance. Of the 2, I'm still feeling my way with him a little bit. I guess at the 54, I probably got him on top now, 3rd up, but geez, I think Kronenbourg will run well if we don't get this rain.
Beautiful. Good little team there. We'll move on to race 8 now. The No Metro wins handicap over 1,200 metres. We've got 2 runners in this race. Well, first one we'll touch on is About to Explode. We'll carry 54 kilos, Ben Thompson on board. Unfortunately drawn at barrier 20. Early odds with Ladbrokes are $5 to win and $2.05 to place. First up for this campaign, hit the line really well in a recent jump out at Deegan. It's 2 from 2 at the track and trip, but unfortunately did get the car park draw there.
Yeah, he'll just go back and find his feet. He's that sort of horse. Obviously, the 5 metre rug, you've still got plenty of track to work with. His Eagle Farm record is terrific. He loves this big track, so even off the wide draw, he can still run a hell of a race.
Beautiful. Our second runner for the race is Gospel Girl. We'll carry 52 kilos with Emily Lang on board. We'll jump from barrier 11. Early odds with Ladbrokes are $4.80 and $2 to place. It's been in the placings and running really well the first 2 starts this preparation. Drawn a little bit sticky, but she's going really well.
And she comes out of a good race the other day. The race she run 30. I think she comes out of a really good race. She'll posse up in the first sort of 3 pairs here. Find the right part of the track. Any rain won't bother if she handles wet or dry. I think she's going really good. I've got her on top because of where her racing pattern will be. Yep. I think she's absolutely the peak of her powers.
Beautiful. Then on to race 9, the benchmark 78 handicap over 1,000 metres here. We'll finish off with the 2 runners. First one just in behind us here, trying to look for some hay out the back there, is Simbu. We'll carry 60 kilos with Ryan Maloney on board, barrier 6. Early odds with Ladbrokes are $9 to win and $2.80 to place. 1-2 starts to go really well, taking that small gap before a half a length second last start at Ipswich a month ago. Had a good tick over trial just to keep him up to the mark last week. How do you think he's prepping into this run?
He's really well, this horse. He's spot on. He should have won at Ipswich, there's no doubt. Nothing went his way. His trial in between's been brilliant in a good horse's trial. It was a proper trial. I think he's in good shape. He's in really good shape. He's found the right race. He's drawn well enough to get the right run. He's not a one-trick pony. He can sort of be there or just behind them. So it looks to be plenty of pressure in this race. So look, I think he gets a good enough run. I can see him racing very, very well. He's over the odds.
Our second runner for this race is Arisphere. Emily Lang will ride and carry 54.5 kilos after a 1.5 kilo claim. She will jump from barrier 5. Early odds with Ladbrokes are $6 to win and $2.20 to place. Only just beaten in the closing stages last start, probably just peaked on her run those last half furlong. Rises slightly in grade, but certainly a big drop in weight, carries 5 kilos less than last start here.
I think she knocked up the other day. She beat herself late into the worst part of the ground when she got tired late. Emily will suit her, similar style rider to Ange, and I think that one bit of weight relief she's got down that lightweight, she'll jump, put herself in a forward enough position. I think you'll see a big improvement. She can handle any cut in the ground as well. So she goes on top for mine. In fairness, there's never been much between these two.
No.
They're a similar sort of horse, similar sort of grade. And
Yeah.
I guess it will depend on the run they both get. But I just think Arisphere off that run under her belt the other day, she's really improved. All the figures we see out of her work, she's definitely come on to what we saw going into that race. So I liked her the other day, and she got me off guard a little bit that she got tired late, which I wasn't happy about. But she's right up to the mark now.
Beautiful. So now we're into the final furlong of the Final Gallop. Tony, who was your best winning chance at Eagle Farm on Saturday?
I think we got a really good team in throughout the day, to be honest. And a lot of them are at the back and both totes odds. So I think Boomshanka is a big improver for mine, but I'm terrified if Impervious gets in and gets covered, she'll just dash really quick. So I'm going to stay out of that race. I'll sit on the fence. I've got a splintery bum, the way I talk about that one, haven't I? One side of the fence to the other. So I think I'll go the last two races. I think instead of giving me a best in each way, I think you'll back both these two each way. I think Arisphere definitely runs each way in the improvement in her in the last couple of weeks. And the race prior, Gospel Girl.
Yep.
I think she just lobs into a nice spot, and she's still around that $4 or $5 mark, so she's each way as well. I just can't see how she doesn't run top three in that race too. So I think those two, at the end of the day, can both run top three, but I think we've got a really nice team in throughout the meeting, and hopefully the new season form can continue, Matthew.
And then we look at the best of the provincials over the weekend. We have Ipswich on Friday and Toowoomba on Saturday. You like anything heading out at the provincial races?
Yeah, I do. I think we've got a pretty good team there, which we're going to target our strike rate a lot better on the provincials this season.
Yes.
I feel Boss Mo, the team at the coast, did a really good job, prepped him up to that first run, which I thought was great. He's come on nicely from that. I think him going to Toowoomba, if we can draw kind enough today, I think he's well placed. He's a reasonably smart little horse for that sort of race.
Beautiful. And best in track work this week. Obviously, we had a couple go over the course proper as well, but a good bunch of gallops here on Tuesday morning. Yeah,
they're all up to the mark for where they need to be, really. The day grass here on Tuesday was fantastic. It's a really nice striding work out there. But for me, I really like Kronenbourg and Antino's gallop. I thought that's just what I wanted to see. Zarastro worked before him. I know he's not in this weekend, but holy hell, his action looks good. Scotty, our farrier, I think he has a lot of sleepless nights over that horse with his feet, but he's really in a good spot. So the two course proper gallops were just what I wanted to see. And Kronenbourg is a runner on the weekend. He was one of those, and his recovery was fantastic. So all horses in good shape for Saturday.
Now we head to Cavs Corner for this week, supported by Brisbane Airport Hotels Group. Kicked off the new season last week, and it seems like we've got a new Cav on our hands. Had a nice win-win double with Give Giggles and Parade. Let's see if we can go back-to-back this week.
Welcome to Cavs Corner for this week. Last week we started off the 25-26 season on a good note. We got the multi, win-win. Apparently there was a little bit of banter. They said I should have went place. But anyway, onwards and upwards from here. This Saturday, Eagle Farm. We'll go Kronenbourg a place into Simbu a place. Good punting, guys.
Okay, so Cav, he's gone Kronenbourg into Simbu, back to the place. Didn't want to go the win-win again.
Well, no wonder why. Place is his favourite one. It's where he used to get all his wins. I give him a bit of stick about it, which he's commented on before, about me giving him a bit of stick about the not going place last week, and he got it, But I tell you what, 2 in a row. Will he get 2 in a row? Geez, a long time between drinks.
It has been. Maybe that's why he's gone the place.
Well, I think it's a safe multi for him. I think it's a safer multi for him.
Yeah.
Geez, poor Kronenbourg. First up, Cav the place. Gee whiz.
But he's got the winnings in the bank, so hopefully he can turn them over, and any loyal followers can do the same this week.
New season, new Cav.
I don't know if it's a new Cav, but it's a new season, that's for sure. Still the same old Cav, I think. But no, look, heading towards Saturday, obviously got a big team on our hands, and then a nice handful heading down to Melbourne as well. So exciting times ahead, Tony. Let's hope we can keep this momentum going in the new season.
Absolutely, mate. Best of luck, everyone, on the weekend. Spring is just around the corner. Everyone start getting a little bit excited about all these good horses stepping out soon.